Hello friends and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out something called Caffeine. This is a very early version of an upcoming first-person sci-fi horror game that takes place on an abandoned space station. The premise is that you're a young boy and what's gone on is essentially all of the major corporations in the world have taken to creating a synthetic caffeine which must be mined from the stars because the entire world is completely addicted to coffee. Or caffeine, I guess, in general. So this outpost has been set up, and we wake up in a place where there's nobody here at all, and we've got to figure out why that is, do a little bit of exploring, and take in the sights and sounds. I will warn you ahead of time, there is at least one jump scare, although I'm not going to say quite how scary it is. I haven't actually seen any actual violence in this yet, but you know, it's horror, so it's quite possible that there could be. I've done only about maybe 5 minutes or so of walking around. I have to say, being that this is an Unreal 4 engine game, it looks absolutely stunning. Visual-wise, very, very, very good. So why don't we take a little bit of a look around, and then I will, at the end, of course, give you the link if you want to check this out for yourself. So first things first, we've got a big room here. Looks like a coffee maker on the side. We've got a few cards, which we should probably read. Controls are standard fare, nothing really to get too confused about. We've got jump on spacebar, duck on control. We've got a pick up, I think is on left click, and then we've got a middle mouse to zoom in, which when we've got all these little personal style touches all over the place, very necessary that we can read this stuff. So to Sarah, sending our love to you and John. I always told him to be careful, but he would never listen. He didn't even learn to swim. Get well soon. With love, Laura. And then this one says, to John, missing you at the bar. Nobody is doing shots with me. Get well soon, Randy. And lastly, we've got Dear Sam. Hope John gets better soon. Before you know it, he'll be awake and complaining as usual. Get soon with love, Jean. Okay, so we've got various get well soon cards here. And we've got some cups on the floor, which I can kick around if I want. Notice how freaking high resolution these textures are. You see these little scratches and scuff marks on the floor tiles and on the wall here. We've got a little bit of reflectivity. I am just so blown away by all the effects and beautiful stuff that the new Unreal Engine has going on in it. And if you notice any frame dips and such, those are just temporary. For the most part, this is run pretty solidly at 60 FPS, but there are a couple of instances where I've noticed things get a little bad. But, you know, also optimization could happen, too. So the kitchen has the coffee. Good to know. All right, let's walk over here. We've got a little bit of an illumination going on the ground. I wonder if I can, like... Oh, I can totally knock this around. It's all dynamically lit. Can I pick this up? Right click. There we go. All right, look at this. So we can actually do some dynamic light exploration. This is pretty sweet. I didn't actually see this the first time I came over here. And I guess I just never opened this door, to be honest. I think I went the other way. But I have come out the other side, so we'll go in the other direction and maybe come back the other way and see if that makes sense. I'd like to carry this with me, though, just because it makes some sweet lighting effects as we go down this hallway, but I guess that's probably not super... Oh, hello. Not super necessary, I was gonna say, but, you know, let's just leave that floating in the air, apparently. No, it just got stuck for some reason. I guess this door doesn't open. Fair enough. What's going on over here? We've got another note on the wall. Coffee is the key. Of course it is. You would say that if you're in a coffee mining corporation. Or caffeine mining, I guess. Yeah, those are different things. I don't know why I keep equating the two. Look at how cool those lighting effects are. Man, that is really pretty. I'm so easily amused by this type of stuff. Well, you know me. If you've watched any of these episodes, I get very, very easily into that. Also, I just want to, like, stop and look at every individual instance of anything. Oh, okay, so I guess this corridor right here, frame rate's not too happy about. We get over here, though, everything is gravy. Kitchen, let's see what's in the kitchen. Probably some coffee, because we know that's key. Alright, what's going on here? Fridge, safe procedure. There's a lot of misspellings going on here, aren't there? Grab fridge door, pull, stop pulling, locate food, grab food, close door, eat food. Good to know. Reminders, do not eat the captain's food. More misspellings. Dry your dishes. No flammable substances in the fridge. No more than 2 slices of bread per person. Do not have more than 2 cups of coffee. And people. Hello. Can I actually open this fridge? There's cups in the way, apparently. You want to, like, go over here? Oh my god. I guess I could ride on top of that cup if I was a little bit careful to stand in the right spot. This doesn't seem to open, actually. I'm trying. No good. I guess there's not going to be much going on here. Remember, we've got 2 per person. We don't want to use too much. I guess that would be kind of disingenuous to our employer to be stealing off all the synthetic caffeine. I really like to stand on top of this cup and use it like a Silver Surfer surfboard and like teleport around the space station on it, just because, oh yeah, that actually works way too well. Okay, well, there you go. There's something you could do for fun if you're looking for ways to exploit the game engine. After the explosion yesterday, the storage room was displaced. It's still airtight, but there's a coolant leak. Alright, good to know. Not super happy about that. Did I just hear something walking that wasn't me? What's going on over here? We've got a bunch of trays kind of just laying all in the water. This is a pretty creepy spot. Music is taking a little bit more of a sinister tone, perhaps. We'll head back over in this direction. Wait, did I check over here? It's very easy to get turned around in this space station. Also, it's very easy to get stuck on some of these door frames, I've noticed. Being that you seem to have a pretty low gait as the character, it seems like it's very easy for you to just get your foot stuck on stuff. Look at those really subtle reflections, how it grabs bits of the light and pulls things from other parts of the room. It's got such a better sense of ambience to it. Everything feels like it's got a little bit more weight. Everything feels a little softer and more texturized and a little bit more real. So nice. I'm so happy that this is now the new standard. I want to see this all the time. Oh, this is a really pretty room, too. We got some shiny pipes. We've got some shiny water. We've got lights all over the room. We've got varieties of textures, various effects coming off of the light. Got bokeh in our eyes with the glare coming off of things. Soft diffusion around the light source. Lovely, lovely stuff. And we can even see the light sources right in the liquid, which is great too. Oh, we can see it in everything, because everything is somewhat reflective, just like real life. Everything does something with light. Psst. Apparently something just whispered at me. Slenderman, are you here? Just want to be your friender, man. Where are you, man? I don't think we're going to run into anything like that. Well, I hope not, anyway. I don't actually know. I haven't gotten far enough to tell. Feeling a little sad that I didn't bring my flashlight with me that I could have had off the other side of this room. This is where we initially started, by the way. If I would have just gone through here and this wasn't in my way, I could have actually gotten all the way around. Also, I hate when games do this. This is like such a not big deal to get over because like I could just crawl up on this chair and walk. But nope, because this is upturned. Apparently we can't go that way. Also, I don't know if this is just because of the time that I took or what, but last time I walked through this corridor, I had the sunlight right in my eyes, or some sort of bright star was like burning a hole into my eyes as I came out this door. It was actually a little bit disconcerting how bright it was, and this time we don't have that effect at all. So let's see what's going on down here. It looks like we're going into a little bit more of a creepy hallway. I wonder if the light sources are actually dynamic outside. Maybe the light is actually... Oh, it's totally moving. Look at this. We can actually watch as we rotate. Oh, that's such a cool effect. I wonder if this will actually light up this dark area if I give it enough time. Oh, that's so cool! Sorry, I'm kind of geeking out because I just love effects like this, and I love that they actually took the time and effort to make this happen. Just to let that light filter in like that, and how it hits each surface and bounces a little bit. It doesn't even look... the way the edges of the shadow look are not all that bad either, and when I get closer you can see it obviously jumps to a lot better focus. We got so used to things in the last several engines. The shadows were always so diffused and awful looking, and they had these bizarre dithered edges. This is actually pretty crisp. I mean, it's not 100% perfect, but it's about as soft as you could really ask a real shadow to want to be. Anyway, I need to stop geeking out over the lighting effects. It's getting a little superfluous. Why don't we go into the offices where everything is red for some... Oh, God! Sorry, I didn't actually notice that there was a shadowy figure there last time when I did this. I just heard the sound, and that kind of set me off a little bit more. My bad. Oh, man, look at this. I can't stop geeking out over the lighting effects. I'm so sorry. Look at the floor. Look how it's reflecting those wires. See the blue-green right here? Also, why does that happen? A little bit of a shadow effect, I guess. Is that my head blocking the lighting effect that's causing that reflection, or... I don't even know if I have that much presence of body for that to be a thing. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. There's not much interactive going on in this, unfortunately, right now. It's mostly just kind of walk around and take in the sights, but I did get to a point that I think is like right around here somewhere, where there's like an audio log, and that's becoming the new thing. What the hell? That's becoming the new trope lately, is audio logs have become like the new exploding barrels. I said this in a tweet at one point, but it's like, it's a little excessive sometimes. I understand the temptation, you know, being that you're in a video game and limited budget, all the limitations that come into play. It's a lot more viable to create a situation where you're just one person in a setting that's somewhat sparse and isolated. And when you have that type of thing going on, obviously, you know, the less interactivity you have, the better, and audio logs fit that narrative perfectly. So I think that has a lot to do with why that happens so often. He sees you. What is he? He's a smeary whiteboard man. I don't even see what's going on there. We've got some chemicals. What is it? It is it. You know that much. So say...
Audio log 1.
Oh, audio log.
15/2097, Dr. Sarah Anderson. Nobody seems to be taking any interest in my findings, so I've decided to record some audio logs to help document my research. Late last night, I started to notice something worrying about some of the samples we have been receiving from Tank 2B below on level 7. While observing through a microscope, I noticed a strange mutation, but the tests so far have been inconclusive. Unfortunately, I've also lost one of my interns, John, who is currently in an induced coma. I've been told he tripped and hit his head, but who knows. I haven't been sleeping properly lately. It seems like coffee is the only thing that is helping me continue my research. It's ironic, I know, working at a caffeine mining station and all, but maybe it's just the stress of everything going on. Anyway, that's all I can think of for today. Till tomorrow.
Alright, so that was actually fairly good timing for that particular audio log, just because, well, the way it's set up, I mean, we actually have a little bit of a moment to read all of that stuff while we're also listening at the same time, so it's kind of good multitasking. I think the developer did the pacing quite well there. So that's obviously a key plot point, and... Oh, did all the sound just go away? One thing I know... That's really pretty. One thing I know about sci-fi games and horror games, maybe more so horror games than sci-fi games, but I know that whenever you hit a key plot point, pretty good chance that you've triggered some kind of tag, and things are probably going to get weird. I haven't actually played this far in, though, so I don't know what's going to happen. Anything could happen. I actually think I want to go down there, but let's just see what's through here first. Oh, this area seems pretty cool. Oh, no, this is just a loop around. We were already in this. I was admiring this bench before and the nice reflectivity. Do I want to go down on this side or the... Well, too late. I've made up my mind. Wait, was that bad? I was not supposed to go down there, apparently. I wonder why. I wonder if it's because I just fell in the liquid? Oh, man. Really? Again with this? I thought I already knew that that was coming. I totally forgot about it again. I wonder if there's more to see then, because I feel like then I've pretty much seen all the rooms. Oh god, what is that? Well, hello there. Are you like the resident Roomba or something? Are you the tray table I could put a cup on and maybe carry it from one room to another or something? Alright, well I don't think I went down here then. Oh yeah, totally didn't see this before. This is the big ol' scary projector room with pleather seats. Can we watch a movie in here? Is there anything else? Maybe there's something to interact with in this room. Looks pretty sparse. Well, even if the whole point of what we have available right now is mostly just for show and to give us sort of a taste of the ambience, I would say for sure that this is a very, very convincing bit of atmosphere. And the pacing, the sound effects, the whole presentation in general seems really, really on point. So I would love to see where this goes. Now, I know that this developer has had a bit of a shaky history with crowdfunding this idea, and I'm a little sad about that because it seems like it's really well done. Not sure if there's any particular campaign happening at this very moment, but in the event that there is, I'm going to be happy to put a link to it. I'll do a little bit more searching after I'm done with the video and see what I can find. But yeah, I would definitely love to lend my support to see a little bit more. Because this is a pretty unique game. I mean, for the most part, I get that you'd probably say, hey, I've seen a bunch of games like this. You walk around, you see stuff jumps out at you. But the premise and the very, very meticulous sense of detail that goes into something like this is not necessarily a thing that I've seen a lot of times. So I definitely value when a developer can take that nuance and really put it into effect. Alright, so I'm pretty sure I've seen all of these rooms. The only thing that's really standing out right now is whether or not I can go downstairs and fall into that pit. And based on what I saw before, maybe the answer is no. I guess I'll try it one more time just to see what happens. And then I guess I'll leave it to you guys to figure out what to do next if there is a thing to do next. They really do want to make it very clear that I shouldn't go in there. Can I move these cones? No, the cones do not seem to be interactable objects. I can totally land on that platform there. No, okay, so I just can't fall down. That's unfortunate. You know what else? This sort of reminds me a bit of Portal as well, but in a sort of different way. I mean, I know plenty of people have made the Portal analogy in very many other games. There's been... Yeah, I know about that sound. Plenty of people have made the Portal analogy. It happens pretty often. People do definitely tend to develop things that have a similarity in that vein. But, you know, Portal doesn't own the concept of sci-fi for sure. And I think that a lot of these references, you know, the clean, empty environments, the very sterile presentation, stark colors with bright highlights and things, you know, those are not necessarily intrinsic to Portal. They're more just intrinsic to the concept of sci-fi. And, yeah, I think that's fine. I don't think anybody should have to feel like they have to walk on eggshells around a concept just because someone did it already. The unfortunate thing is not everybody gets that, and it seems to come up a lot in criticism, and I think it's often kind of thrown around a little unfairly. But anyway, I think that's going to be it for this preview on Caffeine. I would absolutely urge you guys, go check this out yourselves. Go see what this looks like in person, running at the highest resolution that you can get away with, just to see all these really careful details like this. I mean, when you zoom in like this, I guess it does look a little more janky, but from the usual distance you'd be walking around on, things do look really sharp. Those edges with a little bit of shininess right through where the paint's kind of chipped off. You know, every single one of these blocks has enough detail on it, like the fabric or whatever this texture is that's going around it. You can see the thread on it. That's really cool. Remember when Max Payne was new and we were impressed that you could see the dollar bills when they flew through the air when you shot the briefcases full of money. But anyway, we've come a long way. So yeah, go download this preview, lend your support. If there are any links for it, I will do my best to find what I can. And of course, let me know what you think in the comments. I would absolutely love to hear your opinions of this versus any of the other horror games you've played recently. Where does this fare in terms of presentation, theme, or any of the other, various concepts that you can come up with? So make sure you also leave a like on the video if you don't mind. Helps me out a whole bunch and helps spread the word about these bizarre and surreal and artistic, just generally oddball indie games that I try to find. And that is the vision. Every day a different game. So if you enjoy the series, be sure to subscribe to the channel and come on back tomorrow. New episodes go up every single day. I look forward to seeing you for another one tomorrow, and I hope you have a fantastic night. Talk to y'all later, everybody.